Hi guys, it's Tracy and today I'm back with a new video just to play with some new makeup while I get ready. And I'm going to film beauty deals after this, which you're probably going to see first. So let's see, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're returning, welcome back. So I just pulled out some of the stuff that I got in BoxyCharm this month, and then I got this new palette from Profusion. It's called the Gold Rush palette. And obviously trying to put a spin on maybe the Naked Honey palette. And I've swatched it, and the swatch is really pretty. This one has only one pressed glitter in it because I know some people don't really like the pressed glitter. I'm not the biggest fan because when I use it, I do notice it in my lashes even after I take it off and use the glitter glue. So the past few times I've seen that, and that's kind of concerned me. So I'm kind of steering away from the glitters that have the plastic that can rip your eye, because I like my eyesight. I love to read, and I can't imagine if I could not read what I would do with myself, especially this time of this pandemic. I've been reading a lot. So if you guys like to read, let me know what you're reading, and maybe I can make a video and tell you about all the books I've read. Right now I'm reading one by Jen Benikoff. I think it's called The Orphans Tale, and it's like set in 1940s Nazi, and how they would just take the Jewish people's babies away and put them in these train cars and like leave them in the freezing cold to die. And I'm like, what? And like, I had never heard of that. Maybe it's called The Orphan Train. I'll have to let you know. But I'm like about 100 pages in so far. It's really, really good. But I'm just like, oh my God, like I can't, the things that you learn when you like to read. So I'm just gonna do a look. I already have, I've been gonna try the Professional just on my skin if I don't wear makeup or face makeup or, you know, foundation. I'm probably not gonna put foundation on today, but it does really fill in the pores nicely. Mister's here trying to wave good hello, hello, say hello. So it does really fill in the pores nice. I got my big ginormous, you know, that magnify mirror out, and I was like, ooh, it did really fill in my pores nice. And you can't really tell that it's on your skin, so it is pretty nice in that way. And then I'm gonna use my Red Juice Beauty lip, and let's see, the Becca Blush that I got, and the Iconic highlighting drops. So that is what we're doing today. I found a new drink. See if I can get it out of here. Oh, I was in the store and I saw this. I like Diet Dr. Pepper, but I don't really buy it like at home. I just always buy Diet Coke. But this is Diet Dr. Pepper cream and cream soda. It's really good. Like the mix of the two together is so good. So I just bought one like 12 pack of that, but it's really good. I would recommend it. But I love just Diet Coke usually, most of the time. So what are you doing? Excuse me, we have people watching. So what have you guys been up to? Let me zoom you in a little bit. Tell me what you guys have found to do with yourselves in this, and this palette comes with a brush. This is the brush. It's a really nice brush. I actually used it to swatch some of the shades, and it was really nice. And this is $9.98 at Walmart. So it's a really good price. Let me swatch a few shades so that you can get a look. And this is actually has more depth than the Urban Decay Naked palette, you know, the Naked Honey, because you do have some darker, deeper browns. So you can get a little bit more dimension on the corners there. So let's see, I'm gonna go in with this shade here. It's called Likeable. It's just like a, oh, this doesn't have a mirror. Just a cream color or light brown. So what have you, I primed my eyelids with Milani eyeshadow primer. So tell me what you guys have found to do with yourselves. I've been reading a lot, watching TV, coloring. I actually got my color books and pencils and pens out. And back in the day before I had these back issues, I used to love to, I don't even know if anybody knows what this is anymore because I'm that's how out of touch, I guess. Do any of you guys, or did you do this as children? It's called latch hooking, and it makes like a rug kind of looking piece. Like you could get this stuff to bind it, and then you could hang it on the wall if you want, or it's like made with little pieces of yarn that are all cut the same length, and then you have a chart that tells you like what color to put there. And I pulled out my latch hooking because I have it like in a bag with all of my hooks and the one that I was working on, and it's a Winnie the Pooh one, and it's pretty big, and I have it like almost halfway done, but it's just so hard on your back when you have upper back pain. It's really, really hard because you kind of need to lean over to do it. So then it just puts like an enormous strain on the, you know, your upper back, and that's where my back pain is. So I've, you know, ever since, it's been 15 years almost, I haven't really been able to do it. So I pulled that out the other day, and I'm like, I'm gonna try this. I didn't try it yet though, but I'm gonna see if I can do it. At least maybe a line or two. That doesn't sound very good, a line or two. You guys know what I mean. If I can figure out how to put the picture in, I'll put a picture in here. Maybe you didn't. Okay, I don't know. So that's what I've been up to. Let's see, cleaning around the house a bit. I cleaned all of my, well, no, I was gonna clean all of my ceiling fans. Didn't get that far because when I was coming off of the ladder, and I'm like, I'm gonna be all professional and I'm gonna use a ladder. I'm not gonna use we have one of those kitchen chairs with like the bar stool height chairs. So we have an island that has 2 chairs at it, and then we have 4 chairs around the table. So let's see, I'm gonna go in with this deepest shade called Brown Sugar in the crease in the outer corner. So it started heating up here a little bit. So I was like looking at my ceiling fan, and all of my ceiling fans are white. Horrible color for anybody knowing you have dirty ceiling fans. So when I turned it off, you know, at the end of last summer, I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean it, you know, and then I have other stuff, worrying about other things, don't do it, you know, that kind of thing. So the other day I was like, oh, that's what I can do. Let me clean the ceiling fans. We have 4 of them. And I thought, oh, that's what I'll do. You know, I'll get the ceiling fans because it started feeling hot in the bedroom. And I'm like, oh man, why didn't I clean the ceiling fans? Because I knew that if I turned it on, all the dust was gonna fly. You know, the dust that collects along the edges of it. So I was like, man, okay. So we had just had to get a brand new water heater. So the ladder was like right there in the garage next to the water heater. So my husband wasn't here, and I was like, I'm gonna be all like professional handy woman here, and I'm gonna get the ladder, and I'm gonna, you know, do it and clean it and be all, you know, safe and everything. So and when I clean my ceiling fans, tell me if any of you guys know this or do this. What I do is like have an old pillowcase, and then you take the pillowcase, you know, like the opening, and you slide it over the blade, and then you close it, and you can get the edges and all the dust off, and then it falls into the bottom of the sleeping bag, the pillowcase. So then you just do that for each blade, and you have all the dust that collects in the bottom, and then you can empty it out into the trash or, you know, wherever outside. And then you don't have, you know, because usually I have to put like a sheet or a drop cloth or something like that down to, you know, make sure it's not all over my bed, because right now we have like a white comforter on the bed, and I was like, man, that's not, I don't want to see stuff all over my clean white comforter. So I was like, okay, let me get my old pillowcase, got my old pillowcase and did it, and was doing the one in my room. And then so I do that, and then I spray the top and the bottom, and then I clean it with a wet cloth and get everything off, and like it looks so good now. It's like sparkling white. So when I was coming off the ladder, I missed the last step of the ladder. And I was like, oh crap. And I was falling, and like I had time to think, and I put my hand down to catch me. And then like at the last second, I thought, oh, don't do that. You're going to break your hand. So I jerked my hand out, and then I ended up falling on my butt, but I didn't break my arm. So, and I was like, oh yeah, that would be great. Break your arm and have to go to the hospital with sick people around. Yeah, I'm like, that's not gonna happen. Even if I would have broken, I wouldn't have went to the hospital. I would have waited, because I was seeing my pain doctor the next day. And I told her, and she was like, well, let me see, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I was just a little bit sore, like for the day or two afterwards. But so I did that, and then like I missed the bottom step, and it's like, wow, this is people. So I missed the last step of the ladder and fell down, but I still continued, and I cleaned one more of the ceiling fans. Why do you insist on sitting on top of my makeup, boy? This boy. So let's see, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right in the center. It's called Wow. Sounds like there's a party going on outside. And I'm like, really, people? And people are still like congregating and having parties, and like they met up for Easter, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? I don't understand. Like, how are you so stupid? And I was seeing posts, you know, like, oh, we got together for Easter and this and that, and I'm just like, some people just, they don't get it, do they? And I have a 10-year-old, 11-year-old nephew that had, hey Caden, a heart transplant, you know? And it's like, people like him, you know, they need to be protected and not have these stupid people that want to have a party, you know, going out to have a party. And, you know, my sister, she just, they stayed home with the 3 kids, and they like did Easter egg hunt at the house, and you know, just had a little party at the house for the kids. And then she sees all these posts on Facebook of people having got together for Easter, and she's like, what is it with these people? And I wrote back to her on Facebook, and I'm like, they're morons. That's what's wrong with them. They're just morons. They don't care about anyone but themselves. And that's just how it is. Let's see, does that look good? This big old thing on my chin. I don't even know where that came from. Did get some fallout with that, darn it. That was kind of the chunky shade in the center. But yeah, so I'm like, they're just morons. They don't care about anybody. And where we live, you have to have a mask on if you're out in public. And are there people out without masks on? Sure are. And I had to go in Walmart, and they had one way into the Walmart. They had all the 3 other entrances were closed. You could only get in one doorway by the grocery, and they had it like in and out, and they had somebody sitting there, and if somebody didn't have a mask on, they told them to get out. So I was like, yeah, at least somebody's, you know, telling somebody to do something right. So they told them to, you know, that they had to put the masks on. So I don't know, let me see, I'm gonna try this other gold shade here called Shimmy. I just feel like I'm not getting the oomph that I wanted. And I probably should have had like a matte underneath that, because it's more like a topper shade. So yeah, that happened. And other than that, I've been home doing our own thing. I have to go to Home Depot. We have these light bulbs in our house, and I have hated them since I've moved in here. Been here 10 years, and they are these 4-pin light bulbs like this. One of these bulbs is $10. I have 6 of these in my kitchen, 1 in my laundry room, 1 in my master bath, and where I think, oh, 2 on the outside lights behind the house and at the garage. And these light bulbs go out every, like I buy one and you look on the packaging and it tells you the average life that it's supposed to last. And like these light bulbs are out within like a couple months, and they're out. And they're $10 a piece. So it makes me so mad. My husband said he's gonna rewire them to be like LEDs. Well, I'm like, can you hurry up? Because we need 3 bulbs now. So there's 30 bucks right there at Home Depot for some stupid light bulbs that I really don't want to have to buy. Take me off. But yeah, they're the worst light bulbs. I'm trying to get the glitter off my face. Okay, I'm gonna go and finish and put my eyebrows and mascara on, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, I finished up my eyes. I decided against foundation, so I just did my eyebrows, and I have picked up this new Rimmel Brow Pro Micro, and it says it's a 24-hour pen, and it's like a felt tip marker. And I tried it today for the first time. That's why I didn't want to do it on camera, because I didn't know if it would be a total flop or I think there's probably a learning curve with it. So it came out kind of okay. So I think I'll be more bold, like in trying to get the little strokes at the front of my brow. I got mine in the shade dark brown, and I think this is on sale this week at one of the drugstores. Check out my beauty deals video in the corner and you'll find out where. It's on for buy one get one. No, it's spend 12 get 6 extra care bucks. So CVS, it's on sale, and I think it was like $6, so you could buy like 2 of them and get $6 back. So almost buy one get one free. So finished up my eyes, and I have my Milani pencil in gold. I was just gonna put that on my lower lash or inner rim, and then all I did on the bottom was use the darker brown and what was just left on my brush from doing my crease. And then I put a little bit of what shade here? I used the shade called Shaker here. I use that on my inner corner and my brow bone highlight. And I just used my Wet n Wild bronzer. That was my Milani eyeliner in gold, I think. So now we're going to try out the Becca Blush. This is their luminous blush, and I have it in the shade Dahlia. Really pretty shade. Let's swatch that sucker. Ooh, really pigmented. So let's try this out. I guess I can get rid of that. Chihuahua Symphony may be starting up here. I can hear the little one stirring as she does before she gets ready to howl. So I'm just gonna put that. Ooh, it's got a nice glow to it. I like a glowy blush. Very, very pigmented, so I would go very lightly and tap off the excess for sure. And the eyeshadow palette, I like it, but like I use that center shade, it's called Wow, and it has a lot of fallout. So had I known that, I would have probably used a glitter glue just so that it's not all over my face, because it's all over my face now. And I didn't bring a buffing brush out here. I feel like this needs to be buffed out a little bit. God, you can see how pigmented it is. Woo. Well, I'm gonna go get a buffing brush. Okay, I buffed it out. It's super, super pigmented, so be careful with this one. Wow, I was not expecting that. And next up, we're gonna try out the iconic Illuminator drops, and this is just in the original. And I'm just gonna put it on my finger like this. Let's see if I can kind of tap it in. And then I have a highlighting brush if I need it, but I think it goes on the skin really nice. I used it once before, and it just looks nice. Has a nice glow to it. Let's put some on my cupid bow. Okay, so that is it for the face. Now we can do the lips. I guess you guys can get away now. Get away. I just washed my hair and put it in pigtails today. I don't even know why. Just cause, I guess. So I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild. This is their gel lip liner. It's called the Perfect Pout. And this is in the shade Real Time. Read the scene. Read the scene. I think that's what that says. It's red. I'm hoping it'll go. With the Juice Beauty lipstick that we got, or I got, in my BoxyCharm. This is, what is this called? It's called, like, it says it's like a balm or something, and that it's supposed to like leave a stain behind. Let me see if I could read the thing. This is called their Liquid Lip in Cameron, but on the card it said something about it being like some sort of a balm that would leave a stain behind. So, I have worn it, but I didn't like babysit my lips to see what happened. So maybe I'll remember. I'll remember before the end of the month. You guys know I don't wear red. I'm doing this for you guys, so that I could give you a proper review at the end of the month, even though it's red. So there's that, and I'm going to use my Cover FX setting spray. This is the illuminating one. I've had this and I'm like trying to get rid of it, but it gives you the finest mist. Like, can you even see the mist? It's so fine. And I have had this since November 2017, so over 2 years, and I have not used it up yet. So that, my friends, is going to complete the look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give me a thumbs up on your way out. And if you're new, I would love if you subscribe. I make videos of beauty related content and whatnot. And let me know about the book thing if you want to talk about any books. If you guys have any books that you have that you recommend. Most of the books that I read are not like gonna be like the brand new top sellers, you know, bestseller 100 lists or whatever. Most of the books I read are just older because I don't pay, you know, 15 bucks for a book. I just don't. I can't afford to. So most of the books I picked up are like from yard sales, thrift stores, library sales, that kind of thing. So most of the books I have are, you know, older. Sometimes I have new, like I'll go to we have a dollar bookstore in our mall, which they're not all $1, so I don't even know why they call it a dollar bookstore. But sometimes they'll have like some of the newer James Patterson books, which he writes a book a day, I swear. He always has, I can't even keep up. I have a list in my purse of like the authors that I like and that I read so that I can remember if I've read the book or not, because I won't remember if I just look at it. I'll be like, have I read that one yet? Have I not read that one yet? So I don't know. So I like James Patterson. I like this other author named Robin Carr. I just finished one of her books, and then I'm reading this book about the orphans. So I like all kinds of books. So leave me any suggestions, even if they're old books. I mean, I've even read books that my mom read, like that were published like when I was a kid, like 5 years old. One of my favorite books is actually from like, gosh, when it's super old, and I still have a copy of it. It's by Denise Robbins. It's called Fauna. Best book I've ever read. I should read that book again. It is like a big book, and the print is super small. Amazing, amazing, amazing book. So good. Let me know if you guys have read that. Any of you guys like book nerds? Maybe you've read it. It's like I almost wanted to name my daughter Fauna. Like, I love that book. So anyway, that's going to do it for me. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys are all staying safe and that you're staying sane. And hopefully we'll be through with this mess really, really soon. And let's hope we all get a stimulus check, because that would be nice. Keep checking my bank account, but it's not there. So I hope you guys are all having a beautiful day or night wherever you are, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.